How to lay boards or squares of self-adhesive vinyl flooring. Difficulty level 1 hammer. Rejuvenate your flooring with vinyl boards or squares. They can be self-adhesive or click together. In either case, laying them is extremely simple. Our example shows how to lay self-adhesive flooring. You will need a selection of self-adhesive vinyl squares or boards and some adhesive primer. You should apply a coat of adhesive primer if the surface is porous. You will need a cutting blade, a tape measure and a paste brush to apply the primer. Remove the old carpet or lino and clean off any remaining adhesive with a solvent. Clean the floor thoroughly. If the floor is uneven or you have existing floor tiles, you need to level the surface with finishing mortar. You should apply a coat of adhesive primer if the surface is porous. An undercoat can be used instead to correct small irregularities in the floor and improve its acoustic insulation, but you may invalidate the manufacturer's guarantee. Calculate the surface area to be covered, adding just a little because wastage due to cutting is minimal. Store the boards at an ambient temperature 24 hours before laying them. Even if the boards are stuck to the ground, you should leave a small space around the edge of the room as you would for a floating floor. If the walls are completely straight, you can start from a corner and work along a wall for the first row. If the corner of the wall is not a right angle, use a Mason set square to draw a line at right angles down the length of the wall and start from this line. You will complete this missing first row at the end. Take off the protective layer from the flooring. Place the board carefully on the ground and press down to make it stick. Place the next board in line with the first, ensuring the ends touch. Carry on until you approach the side of the wall. Here's a tip to help you mark the cutting line at the end of a row. Place a board on the last board you laid without removing the protective layer. Then put another board on top with its edge touching the wall. You can use this top board as a ruler to mark the cut. Cut the board using the cutting blade against a metal ruler. Begin laying the next row, staggering the row by the length of a half a board. Continue in this manner, laying row after row, ensuring that you press down firmly on the flooring as you go along. At the end, for the row adjacent to the wall, use the same technique of putting one board on another to mark the cutting line. If the shape of the cut is more complex, use a piece of paper as a template for the shape. To lay squares of flooring, begin in the middle of the room and cover a quarter of the room with tiles in a step formation. An easy kind of floor covering which suits any room in the house.